for the national anthem Negaraku, followed by the state anthem of Sarawak, Ibu Pertiwiku. Thank you very much. Please be seated. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera. Salam Sarawakku sayang. Our guest of honor, the Right Honorable Datuk Petinggi Dr. Abang Haji Abdul Rahman Zohari bin Tun Datuk Abang Haji Obeng, Chief Minister of Sarawak. Honorable Datuk Seri Professor Dr. Sim Kui Hian, Minister of Housing and Local Government Sarawak. Yang berbahagia Datuk Paul Yu Chi Ho, Managing Director of Hot Seng Lee. Architect Chai Si Yong, Chairman of PAM Sarawak Chapter and Competition Convener. To all distinguished guests, Hot Seng Lee Next Phase Directors, Head of Departments, juries and participants, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning. Selamat datang and a warm welcome to this momentous occasion, result announcement and prize-giving ceremony of Sarawak's first national architecture competition, uniquely known as Langit. How about a round of applause for the organizers? Briefly, ladies and gentlemen, jointly organized by Hot Seng Lee, Next Phase and the Malaysian Institute of Architects, this architectural design competition began early this year in search of the best design for a commercial high-rise here in Kuching City. Hence the code name Langit, which means sky in Bahasa Malaysia. Slogan, reaching for greater heights together. The aim is to build a high-rise with Malaysia's best ideas and public engagement. Out of a total of 112 entries received nationwide, 11 have successfully made the cut and shortlisted by our panel of juries. One of these entries today will be walking away with 100,000 ringgit. Honorable and distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, to share us more about the competition, please join me in welcoming on stage The competition convener, Architect Chai Si Yong, who is also the chairman of PEM Sarawak chapter. Architect Chai, please.
Good morning, guests of honor, the Right Honorable Dato' Patinggi Dr. Abang Haji Abdul Rahman Johari, Bintun Dato' Abang Haji Openg, Chief Minister of Sarawak, the Honorable Dato' Sri Professor Dr. Sim Kui Hian, Minister of Housing and Local Government Sarawak, Yang Berbahagia Dato' Paul Yu, Managing Director of Hock Seng Lee, distinguished guests, Hock Seng Lee Next Phase Directors, juries and participants, members of media, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chai Si Yong. I'm the convener for PEM Sarawak Chapter, Hock Seng Lee Next Phase Architecture Idea Competition 2021, also known as Langit Kuching Competition. This is the first architecture idea competition held in Sarawak. We are very glad to have a private sector, which is also one of the leading corporations in Sarawak, Hock Seng Lee, and their offshoot, Next Phase Sendirian Berhad, who came to us with this very meaningful initiative. For your information, the organizer for Langit competition is PEM Sarawak chapter. Hock Seng Lee and Next Phase is the promoter for the competition. Ladies and gentlemen, as Sarawak is very new to this kind of idea competition, I hope to take this opportunity to explain further the competition in the following three parts. First, the competition brief and format. The brief and format was specially customized after taking the consideration of input by Hock Seng Lee and Next Phase on the business point of view, the local development guidelines, and of course, the Sarawak context. It was also approved by the Board of Architects Malaysia, LAM, to ensure it's properly formatted and does not contravene the Architect Act and rules. Due to the constraint of the current pandemic, the competition was planned from day one to be as convenient as possible under the new normal. The simplified competition format opens up the opportunity for entry from participants outside Kuching, at the same time also elevate the awareness of competition through borderless social media. The submission was all online, no hard copy or printout is required. Secondly, the entries. The competition was launched and opened for registration by PEM member on the 8th of February 2021. We received a total of 112 registrations and a total of 85 entries. Out of these entries, 1/3 of them are from Sarawak firms. Most of the entries are from emerging and young firms, but we also received many submissions from the renowned and award-winning architect firms such as GDP Architect, T.R. Hamzah & Young, Architect Juru Rancang, Architect KDI, Archi Center, Design Network Architect, IDC Architect, just to name a few. Thirdly, the judging process. 5 juries were appointed as jury panel. After the first round of review, 11 entries were shortlisted to go through another round of marking sessions by the panel before the final list was compiled. 2 sessions of juries meeting were carried out for deliberations and discussion among jury panel to finalize the winner list for today's announcement. One of my jobs is to make sure the judging was conducted in a very fair and transparent manner. To do that, each entry were anonymous and only identified by the competition court assigned to them during the registration throughout the whole process of competition, including jury panel during the judging process and discussion. As conclusion, the competition was completed in 4.5 months' time from the launching, submission, judging, and finalizing the result in June 2021. It was conducted during the Sarawak's CMCO and MCO period, fully in compliance with MKN and SDMC's standard operation procedure, and of course, with social distancing, especially during the judging session. Lastly, we believe the same approach can be applied to many other projects in Sarawak, especially the public buildings or facilities, where public awareness and engagement are playing the main role in the success of the project. We hope to see more design competitions, whether from private or public sector, for the betterment of the whole architecture and construction industries in Sarawak. Ladies and gentlemen, before I end my speech, I would like to bring your attention to the screen. From 11 shortlisted entries, here are the top 5 winners of Langit Kuching Competition 2021.
Hi, I'm Alan Quay. I'm an Australian architect based in Singapore. I was born and bred in Kuching, Sarawak, Malaysia. I'm actually designing this for my parents. They're in their late 70s, early 80s. And nursing home is not an option for them, but co-housing will be. For this project, one of the key pillars is sustainability. It's not just about biodiversity, sensitivity to natural environment, but it is about the sustenance of culture. As you can see over here, we have the planters that can actually move up and down to suit the condition of the sun. These farms and individual gardens are supported efficiently and cost-effectively by the same irrigation system. This allows residents to have the freedom to simply plug and plant anywhere they desire. The rotational of units are aligned with the most efficient 8.4 car parking grid, all the way through the car park to the podium. In a post-pandemic world, a global reset is happening. This is a new age that ushers in a reconciliation with nature, an age whereby one can choose to live, to embrace a more naturalistic and healthier ways.
With a unique twin tower configuration, the building forms a landmark with its bold and simple design approach. The facade is inspired by motifs on Terabai-Eben, paying homage to local culture. As people approach the building frames the sky. The giant door opens to anyone who looks for beauty and peace. In the morning, after enjoying breakfast at the local cafe, the community is headed to their workplace feeling energized. When the sun sets and Kuching slows down, the building comes alive. The facade can be fitted with intelligent lighting systems to liven up the place. The open public space engages nearby community to gather and relax at the stairways and public plaza. With all of the common spaces naturally ventilated, a solid west facade and natural light openings to reduce energy use. The building is passive design oriented, allowing for possibility of GBI certification. In the age of social media, creatives' ideas and amazing experiences are shared by capturing moments of beauty.
This is the very first time Sarawak have an open competition,
I think we need to show it, we need to build it. something that is unfinished business for me that I want to do something back home. Sarawak actually is not a very densely populated state, just over 2 million. And Kuching itself, is less than 1 million. So in a way, you don't have a lot of critical mass. If you try to do something that is very on a large scale, right, it ends up likely at what elephants.
Remember our first design for the facade was like, wow, a lot of funny things going on.
But eventually, when Chok mentioned about, maybe we should look at the ICAP point of view, the trading, all these things, I say, yeah, why not? Let's see what will come out from there.
I've had plenty of experience in this.
Building is a living sculpture. It is living because of the spaces created are for people.
The design approach of this proposal is to meet the needs of the Sarawak's aging population by introducing intergenerational living. So according to the statistic, the seniors at the age above 60 in Sarawak was estimated to be at least 16% out of the total population. So intergenerational living is a concept that based upon the idea that blending the families with children, young adults and senior in a social living activities that builds up a community. Inspired by the sunlight penetrate through the leaf in the nature, the building adopts the porosity concept where all the elements are stacking up with one another, crafting the outdoor and indoor spaces which optimize the natural ventilation and daylight. The proposal is divided into community plaza, commercial, and nursery at the ground floor. In this typology, we are experiencing that we encourage the residents to go through to enter into a terrace before enter to the respective units. So by introducing the intergenerational community in the city living with large green environment and public spaces helps to support and foster the relationship with the homogeneous and the intergenerational groups, and this brings back the community life into the city center.
How about a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen? There you have it, the top 5. Thank you, Architect Chai, for the reveal. The full video and presentation will be available online at Langit's website, langitkch.com. Ladies and gentlemen, we've heard from the convener. May I once again direct your attention to the screen as we join Persatuan Arkitek Malaysia's President yang berbahagia, Dato' Arkitek Izumi Hassani, a jury member himself, to give the jury's brief.
Assalamualaikum and salam sejahtera. It is a pleasure to be given the opportunity to judge and share my thoughts on this PEM Sarawak chapter HSL Next Phase Design Competition. Usually, we will have a grand celebration during any PEM competition winners announcement and prize presentation ceremony. But due to the present situation of COVID-19 pandemic, we have to change our way of working and conducting our business. This winners announcement ceremony has to be done in a hybrid format. I'm truly regret that I'm not able to be physically present at this ceremony today, but I am grateful that our partners, HSL and Next Phase, have given their full support to PEM Sarawak chapter. This pandemic has very much affected our architectural practices and the way we organize our works. Nevertheless, I am grateful with the participation of our members in this competition with a very diverse skill and usage. Usually, PEM competition has a very specific brief and statement of needs. But in this competition, the promoter took a different approach to have an open brief for the architects to propose the building typology and usage according to their own ideas. It really gives opportunity for architects to express their creativities. I hope there will be more collaborations with HSL and Next Phase in the near future. Throughout the judging process, we can see positive responses from our architects towards social and environmental sustainability implemented in their design proposal. Many submissions envisage the new trend of our architecture movement, with some projects exhibiting creative applications of natural materials, attention to placemaking, and also creation of common spaces, and etc. Originally, the judges planned to shortlist only 10 schemes for the final judging, but the 11th one was equally good. So in the end, 11 schemes were selected for the final judging. The schemes have different approaches which are unique in its own way, showcasing various excellent ideas. We are truly impressed by the creativities. The approach and the thoughts showcased in the submission are truly amazing. Again, I must say that we need to have more developers like HSL to collaborate with us to bring up our own talents. This is not just about architects competing for the prize, but manifesting the ability of our very own Malaysian architect to offer a broad range of ideas and architecture solutions for our built environment. If we don't, other people will fill up the void. This is also in line with PEM's objective as the National Institute for Architects to promote and enlarge knowledge, study and practice of architecture and the various arts and science in relation to architecture. I am truly grateful for the commitment of our members who have submitted their projects, and I wish to congratulate all the winners of this competition for their excellent ideas. I also wish to congratulate PEM Sarawak Chapter Competition Convener and the Competition Committee for successfully organizing this competition. And finally, I would like to congratulate all the winners and thank HSL and Next Phase for giving us this opportunity to work together, organizing this competition with Sarawak Chapter. So thank you everyone, stay safe, stay healthy.
Thank you very much to Yang Berbahagia Datuk Architect Izumi for the jury's brief. We're delighted to share with everyone that 4 out of the top 5 entries have roots in Sarawak, either with architects working in Sarawak or Sarawakian architects practicing overseas. How about a round of applause for the beautiful land of the Hornbill, Sarawak. Thank you. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it gives us great pleasure to invite our guest of honor, the Right Honourable Datuk Petinggi Dr. Abang Haji Abdul Rahman Zohari, Bintun Datuk Abang Haji Openg, Chief Minister of Sarawak, to give a speech. The Right Honourable Datuk Petinggi, please.
Thank you very much. Yang berhormat Saudara Datuk Seri Profesor Dr. Sim Kul Hian, Minister of Housing, and also the Minister of Local Government. Yang berbahagia Datuk Paul Yu, Managing Director of Hock Lee, the convener of from Architect Malaysia, Architect Chai Sing Yong, Board of Directors of Hock Lee, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like to express my appreciation to Hock Lee and the partner, Architect Malaysia, for inviting me this morning, and also to give me the honor to give the winners of this competition ever convened, perhaps in Sarawak, between the private sector and Architect Malaysia. Congratulations to both Hock Lee and PEM. Before I came to this building, to this Langit ke-10. You know, Langit is the sky, and this is the 10th floor. I was proud to see the promenade area that is developed by Hock Lee. I entered the main entrance. I thought I would be coming to this building, but they brought me straight to the inside of this development, and I saw a lot of green, a lot of trees, a lot of green area, well matched and well maintained. Actually, saya agak terkejut sikit, because I never expect to see inside having that sort of housing. So I must congratulate for you for what you have done. And there are 2 tiers of security. Normally, when we go to one housing project, you get only the main gate, but there's a lot of gate inside the development area, meaning that people who are staying here are really secured in terms of safety as well as security. And they gave me the briefing, and you are planting about 1,000 Norfolk pine trees here, and 2,000 tea leaf shrub, and it is connected between the blocks that are being developed in this area. I think it is a community by itself. I must again express my appreciation to the architect and the planners for having done their work, which I think is first class lah. Kalau pergi Australia pun the same thing. So the developer has established a standard. And I am given this prepared speech. But after seeing this, I think I want to share with you our vision. What we have in mind, the government has in mind, and what is the vision of Sarawak in future. As you know, I have launched what I call post-COVID-19 strategy development for the whole of Sarawak. And the core of this strategy, besides digital economy, you are using all the digital devices in our day-to-day, in our business transaction and so on. We also give emphasis on what I call environmental sustainability. There must be a balance between nature and what we want to develop. For Sarawak, we are fortunate. We have a big land size. Our population is small, roughly about 2.8 million. Maybe by 2030, 3 million over, unless people work hard. Meaning we have ample space. And we must add to the resources that we have and add value to it. For instance, in terms of housing and social mobility, we must plan to give a living environment that is conducive to the present generation and the future generation. Considering our population growth and so the demography of our population, Sarawak is not out of this trend. They say by 2030 towards 2050, there will be a lot of old people. This is because of longevity. Kita hidup panjang lah. The average age will be about 70. And 70, not because I'm 71 lah. Because the average age, longevity will be there, and towards 80, 90, you need also social support. Because the young generation will be active in other areas, business, the daily routine, working and so on. But the 70 or 60 above, they also need social support. So judging from your presentation, architect's presentation, there is a trend towards community living. Either upward, this is where Singapore is, for us, upward as well as lateral. So that community living must provide social services, macam nursing home within that area. So the old people, they can enjoy their life with the social support given in that particular community. Number two is, of course, the green environment must be there. There must be places for recreational activities surrounded by green area. That is where I think the architects as well as those who are involved in plants and biology try to create new plants, particularly indigenous plants, to be planted around that particular community. So from from the idea depicted just now, we have one community that is also going upward. And then you have this community staying in terrace, bungalow, and so on. So those two segments of housing must be interconnected with all the social services that is needed because of the changing demography of our population. Against that background, the Sarawak government, when we emphasize on sustainability and also the question on the environment, there is a cost to it. The cost will be we have to change the way we plan. Number two, of course, we have to increase income level of people. That is where between now, 2019 and 2030, we want to double our GDP from 130 over billion to 200 over billion. And we have to work hard because it takes, it takes 10 years to do it. Some people say I'm too ambitious. But then we have to have certain target. And then we expect to inject the economy between now and 2025 about 63 billion ringgit. 30 from public spending and 33 from private sector, including alternative funding. And of course, when we have done our infrastructure, road connectivity, including digital connectivity, based on 5G, we work together with Jandela as well as our SMA, then you have this basic infrastructure that will attract people to invest. And then if you have this sort of living, I'm sure the foreigners, expatriates, will love to come here and work. That will increase the purchasing power and our economy will be in good state. So that is why I take this opportunity to explain the post-COVID strategy, development strategy, both the public sector as well as the private sector. Now coming to housing, we must create quality living to all sectors of society. There are people who can afford to buy houses ranging up to 1 million. Some can buy 1 to 2 million. But there are also people who cannot buy houses within that range. They only afford to buy 100, 150,000, 200,000. Against that, to cater for the low-income group, the government is building this, what we call affordable housing now, with the basic infrastructure all borne by the government for the low cost. In other words, land filling, drainage, utility, all that will be borne by the government. They only buy the house. In other words, for this group of people, there is an access for them to have quality living. As a result of that, cumulatively, the whole living standard, there must be a certain benchmark. And we hope in town areas and suburb areas, we have a planned township where we can develop, embracing all this, and that's where the architects have to come in, to help designing it and also to design the right type of houses that can be sold within the range of 300 to 500,000. Our financial ability, financial capacity, and financial access, we are going to upgrade our Mutiara Mortgage and Finance, our own financial institution, where they will give out loans to the buyers, and the buyers definitely have gain there because the house could be 100 to 200,000, 150 to 200,000, but with the infrastructure, the value can be 350,000. So in terms of collateral, it's already there, the value is there. The thing is for them to pay every month certain amount. So that is the way we develop our housing quality within the affordability of our low-income group. But then over time, if our economy is good, the wages are high, then everybody will be able to possess quality housing. That will definitely increase our standard of living. So ladies and gentlemen, I share this out of the prepared text because I'm very passionate when I see that just now. Let us work together to achieve that target. Langit. Langit is the sky. I think the sky is the limit. But what we need now is talent, innovation, and also new ideas. With that sort of ecosystem, I'm sure our post-development strategy to 2030, we are able to transform Sarawak, God willing, with our resources that we have to manage properly, and also leaders who really think of people rather than berebut power. What we need is stability. Thank God Sarawak has a stable government. This is very important. Even though you can give me all the building design, very attractive, if our country is like that, I don't think we can do it. So it's just like unity just now. I saw there's a design just now, embracing all the community design, and that is what we should do to build Sarawak like that. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure that the future, our future is bright. Only yesterday, I witnessed a ceremony. We are now exporting our power to Sabah already. Sabah minta tolong. Sabah kata dia tidak cukup power. Api pun klap-klip. So, okay, we supply power to Sabah, helping Sabah. We are supplying power also to Kalimantan. Now, we are selling our power. And we want to give power to all the rural areas using solar, new technology. I think over time, we will cover 100%, including remote areas. I was in Long Singut only 2 days ago. Dr. Sim was with me, right at the border. And we have solar to give power to people there. In other words, this is all done, and we can be the powerhouse. There's something, but I must tell you later, not now. I think our future really is very bright, and with that, once again, I would like to I congratulate our architects for your innovative ideas as well as your design. I want also to congratulate Hok Seng Lee for initiating this competition. At least lah boleh tengok macam mana dia punya bangunan in future. You have a bangunan with vegetables around. So COVID-19, you don't have to go to supermarket, you just plug lah in your building. But I mean, this is the green one. And number 3, I am very impressed coming to this floor. You know why? Light. All natural light coming in here. You don't need so much flower. So this one is, I think must be IBS building, building, what they call green building. So congratulations, Hok Seng Lee, because of your green building index being embraced in your architecture. Once again, thank you very much, and I wish Hok Seng Lee all the best. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Yang Amat Berhormat Datuk Petinggi. Sir, please remain on stage. May we also invite Yang Berhormat Datuk Seri, Yang Berhormat Datuk Paul, Mr. Simon, and Architect Chai to join and accompany our guest of honor, the Right Honourable Chief Minister, to present the winning cert to our winner. Only the winner will be presented on stage. So I hope everyone is as ready as I am. Moment of truth. Out of our top 5, who will be named as the winner and to be invited on stage? We will start first with the honorary mentions. They are entry number 108 and entry number 51. Well done, each walking away with 10,000 ringgit. Our second runner-up or third place goes to entry number 46, begging 25,000 ringgit. Congratulations. So we're down with 2 entries. One will be crowned as the first runner-up and the other as the winner. Both, I'm sure, are equally impressive. However, as the saying goes, there can only be one winner. So to keep the suspense going, we'll go straight to the winner. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of Langit Ideas Design Competition is entry number 31. Congratulations. May we invite the representative, Miss Jacinda Yee, to receive the winning cert from our guest of honor, the Right Honourable Chief Minister of Sarawak. So in other words, entry number 78 gets second prize, 50,000 ringgit for second place. So presenting to you, ladies and gentlemen, the winner of Langit Ideas Design Competition and the winner of the 100,000 ringgit prize money. Thank you, Ms. Jacinta. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, presentation of memento to our guest of honor, the Right Honourable Chief Minister. This is from Hok Seng Lee. And next phase, a beautiful batik art piece painted by a renowned batik artist, Mr. Lee Hock Kia. It's among the many collections from the art gallery here at La Promenade Mall, which will be open to the public as soon as the situation improves and safe to do so. A beautiful batik painting to be presented to our guest of honor. How about another round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, to the Right Honourable Chief Minister of Sarawak for gracing us with his presence here this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, our host now, Yang Berbahagia Datuk Paul, will invite our guest of honor to sign on the Designs of Excellence board, and of course to be given a tour and view closer on all top 5 entries for the Langit Design Competition. Kita mohon kerjasama rakan-rakan media supaya mengamalkan penjarakan. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, just walking you through, our guest of honor will sign on the Designs of Excellence board, which features the top 5 designs. And of course, a quick tour to have an up-close view on the entries via the presentation board. Once again, heartiest congratulations to all our top 5 winners. Thank you Yang Muhammad Datuk Petinggi. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our prize giving ceremony here today. On behalf of the organizers, Hot Seng Lee and Next Phase, we thank each